For the location of the Kesslers nearest you and our holiday hours, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time for the best 60 minutes of your life. This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee.
Actually, you'd have to listen to the show. I was not upset about the Packers at all. I was shocked at the way Mark Tauscher presented the game like they closed the deal. And he was crediting the defense. They closed the deal. And the more he talked, the more upset I got. They didn't close anything. And they were so incredibly lucky on the last play. So that was the debate was with him, but it's become that I thought the Packers would, and that's fine, because, yes, I believe the defensive performance in the second half was embarrassing because I think the defense is that good, and they got their butt kicked in every way. Just so people have the facts about running the ball, the Bears didn't run it much or well in the first. Second half, they averaged 4.7 yards per carry. And they didn't have anyone after 9 yards. You know what that means they're getting? 5, 6, 7, 9, 4, 3. And so that was the issue. Great win. The Packers are a good team. And I said every game fine. They had the Bears whooped. And the defense fell asleep the whole second half. And I'd like to thank Caleb Williams. And I'd also like to thank Ben Johnson. They were inside the red zone with 3.5 minutes to go. All they had to do was hand the damn ball off, run out. They could run out most of the time on the clock. Packers could not stop them, and he kind of was playing a game of I'll save some time, and then I don't want to give Packers time when they get the ball instead of just scoring. But anyway, so now I'm done, and Bryan Bulaga has heard it because I know Bryan Bulaga doesn't listen to the postgame show. So all he's heard is Homer is
clips. I hear clips.
Yes, you hear clips, and that's fine. I live with the clips. Some people complain. No, it's slightly out of context, but I said it and I believe it. So it's not. I've never complained about a clip because you say it. You can't invent a clip. So now all that you've heard it from me, and again when we were on KBN, so now you can take over and.
Well, okay, so. To your point, did they not play as good in the second half? Correct. You are right. There's no doubt about that. They obviously did not play as good as they did in the first half. Yes, you're 100% correct. That is not debatable. It's not debatable. There's nothing to be said about that, right? I mean, Chicago found a way in the second half to run the ball much better. Right, like they found a soft spot in the defense, and they were able to exploit that, and they kept going back to it and back to it and back to it.
Was it not there in the first half, or did they not go at it?
From watching it, it's not that they didn't go at it. I just think that they continued to go at it in the second half, and it finally broke. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'll accept whatever you say.
Like they finally broke it in the second half, and it's just a thing that when you have we kind of talked about this last week too. When you lose a guy like Wyatt, right, and he is your best defensive tackle, and he's very stout in there, and he's good, and now you have lighter bodies, not as experienced bodies now in there. And they have to hold up for a full game against that type of rushing attack. you're going to have to essentially get a big enough lead to make them not want to do that, to get them out of that, right? And Green Bay didn't have a big enough lead to get them out of that. So Chicago continued to run the football, and eventually that broke, right? Like that, they continued to ground and pound, and eventually that interior of that defensive line broke, right? And they stood up that first half. They played really well the first half. Those young guys played really well in the first half. They did what they needed to do, and eventually over time it just kind of faded. Now let's give Chicago credit. They're good up front interior, right? Those middle three guys run blocking are very good. We said that last week as well. Like that is the strength of their offensive line, and what they do offensively is run the football. And those middle three, they are very good at it. So it's not like it's going to be, at least for me, like that's going to be the issue every week for us, right? Because that is a very good interior three offensive line, right? Like they're very good at what they do. And when you continue to get that same, that it was a concerted effort to go after that constantly. And Johnson stuck to it, right? The game never got out of hand where it's like, okay, we got to throw the football now. That's all we're doing. Like, this is what we have to do. Running the football is pointless here now. It never got to that point, is kind of what I'm saying. And when you're able to get a team out of that, which we also talked about last week, you need to get them out of that type of game. You needed to be in the situations where you stop them in early down and distances, right? 1st and 10, you make it 2nd and 9, and you get them out of the run mentality, and you make them throw the ball. Well, Green Bay in the second half, they gave them, it was 2nd and 4. Well, 2nd and 4, you're going to run it again, and then it's 3rd and 3, and then it opens it up to, it could be, you could run it or throw it, right? So to me, that was kind of the story of the second half of what happened defensively. Now, I don't know if I'm also on board with like the defense is the reason why they won it in the second half, right? Like, I don't know if I'm there with Tausch 100%. Like, I don't think I'm there yet either.
The offense and Jacobs won it.
Yes.
Game's tied. Give us the ball. We'll score a touchdown. Come on.
Yeah, they
right?
did. Yeah, no. And I look at that Jacobs, that last drive was ridiculous. Like those couple runs that he had was just ridiculous. I mean, that's why you have a back like that. Like that's why I love Josh Jacobs, right? He gets to the perimeter, and that's what he does. It's why I continue to say, like, I want him to run outside zone, because you get him on the perimeter and nobody wants to touch him. They don't want to tackle him. We don't want to tackle him on the perimeter. Like, that's why, like, I understand he's very good at running in between tackles, but you get him on the outside and threatening the safeties and the DBs, and they kind of look at him like, business decision here. Business decision when he's running full speed. And that's kind of what that looked like out there. He broke a couple tackles, and he was out there, and that was an unbelievable run to get us the first down and down inside the goal line there.
That's one of the reasons their interception hurt early, is because on that drive up until then, they are just running the ball right down the Bears' throat. I mean, he had a massive number of runs. And
that was the one thing where it was the first drive, right? I mean, it was a run.
Yeah, I mean, they ran the whole time. Wilson got 6 yards. It was 2nd and 4, and that's where I think the
sack
really blew. Yeah, the sack. You're incapable of just throw the damn ball away. You're killing them. And then the next pass was a horrific interception. But after that, I want to emphasize, and no one looked this up well, I think that Jordan Love, after that interception, had a perfect quarterback rating. I think at 158 or whatever it was. I think that's how good he was.
He was unbelievable. He was unbelievable. Like, I mean, and we continue to say this about him. When he makes a mistake, it's like he goes back out there, and it's like it never occurred.
You know what's going to happen? I want you to quote me for this. 5:09 p.m. At some point in the future, someone's going to be watching a game and say, "You know what we need right now? We need Jordan Love to throw an interception because of how good he is after he makes a mistake." Just remember, you heard that That will be said, and people will admit it at some point.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because you saw that pick, and I sat there and go, I don't even know what he was. I'm not too sure what he was seeing. I saw the receiver.
He threw the ball perfectly to the defensive player.
Yes, and
Like
I'm like,
he was
okay,
an offensive player. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I saw the guy behind the defensive player, but I'm not too sure what he saw. And then he comes back out the next, and it's like perfect. And then the rest of the game, it's absolutely perfect. And you're just like, he just has a very special quality to just move on, right? Like he just moves on, whatever, moving on, like not a big deal. It just doesn't impact him.
And tell everybody, because they don't understand this, that's not a given for all pro athletes, as great as they may be. People mess up, and it can get to them and bother
ghosts.
them.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean they can't play okay, but to respond to that to as high a level as Jordan Love has shown in a number of games, that's, I don't want to say rare, but it's special, even given the incredible talent all pros have, correct?
Yes, because when you make, we're just going to talk about the recent game. When you make a throw like that, right, and obviously I didn't listen to his post-game comments, but I said, that was not a good decision. That later on in the game could make you hesitate about pulling the trigger again over making a throw over the middle that something may be open and you don't want to make that throw again, right? Like that's something that, I did that earlier in the game and that didn't really end up well for me. So I'm not going to go back there again. Well, for him, it's it didn't happen. Right. Like that's how he plays. He just moves on from it. And it's really short-term memory. And that's what makes special quarterbacks very special, right? Like they're able to just kind of wipe it clean and move on to the next one like it never happened. And that's what you see. Like that's the maturity and growth that you see from really high-level quarterbacks.
And he doesn't make that many mistakes in addition, but that would mean that a limited number could bother him.
Yes. Yeah. If he did make mistakes, it could bug him, but it doesn't. It doesn't seem like it does, right? And I even look back to last year early on, right, when he was making a good handful of mistakes, right? And he was throwing those picks that just very uncharacteristic, right? And everyone's like, man, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is very odd. This is, but to me, it wasn't that he was it wasn't a thing of man, he's losing confidence or he's gun shy. To me, it was, he didn't think twice about it. He's just going back to the confidence in himself. And to me, that's what you see from him week in and week out. There's a bad throw, I'm gonna move on. I'll do that. I'll make the same throw again, or I'll do it again. It doesn't matter. And to me, that is what's separating them offensively right now. This run that he's going on is his ability to just kind of move on from anything negative.
They haven't replaced Tucker Kraft, but they're playing the offense at a level equal to what they were with Tucker Kraft, maybe a little bit better. Christian Watson, and then and it's clear, though we didn't see that much of it. It's clear what Reed also adds. You wait until next year when you have all three of those.
Yes, and it's gonna ramp up more for Reed too, because every time Christian Watson now starts doing what he's been doing, it's gonna be pulling more attention, right? And these D coordinators, how you're allowing him off the line to run slants wide open across the middle of the field, I have no idea. You're having DBs run one-on-one with him over across the middle of the field. What are you guys doing? It blows my mind. You would never do that with Davante Adams. You would never let one of your DBs run one-on-one across the middle of the field with Davante, but they're allowing it with Christian Watson, who is catching the ball literally 4 yards across the line of scrimmage and running away from the DB and the safety in about 2 seconds, he's gone from them. He's pulling away, he is gone, and it is a touchdown clear as day. So that he's going to start just pulling more attention. As he starts to do that, you're going to start to see way more Reed now. Like, you're going to start to see Reed, and then Wicks will start to be more of an option too. So, like, it is good. It is just going to become, again, what we thought this was going to be last year. And I think the way this offense is grooved right now and how they're playing and the confidence they're playing with right now, it's going to be very fluid. Like, I think it's going to be very fluid, and it's just going to roll very well.
It's
right?
just like, I know what you were thinking, the same thing I was. The game's tied. They're like, fine, go score.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a question of if they were going to score. Was it going to get a field goal or a touchdown? The three pillars of Bryan Bulaga coming up next. Victory Monday brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza with delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. Victory Monday brought to you by Callan. From kitchen and bathroom remodels to Infinity by Marvin Fiberglass replacement windows, Callan makes you feel like a win. Your home feels like a win. Request your consultation today at callcallan.com. And Victory Monday is also brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 to 9. That's right. Where your satisfaction is their plan of action. Bryan Bulaga, his three pillars, and then, not next but soon, Rob Demovsky.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43, we've got backups from Locust all the way down through the Marquette, down to about Lincoln. We do also have a crash right just south of Wells off on the left shoulder. On southbound 41, backing up from just before Appleton Avenue down past Silver Spring, where there is a crash on the on-ramp from Silver Spring to 41 southbound. Stays heavy all the way down past Hampton. Northbound side's backed up from before Mayfair Road all the way up to Silver Spring. Westbound 94, backing up from 25th Street to Holly Road. You're back on the brakes just before Moreland, all the way past Calhoun. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, a chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy with a low of 18. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, snow-rain mix later on, a high of 37. Weather is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, offering the perfect holiday gift, a memorable experience with the Bartolotta gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com, and happy holidays, Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
There's no better place to shop for the sports fan in your life than Brewtown Trading Co. Milwaukee. Not only do they have the largest selection of sports cards in the Midwest, they have the best prices too. Framed jerseys for the man cave? Check. Sealed hobby and blaster boxes of the hottest releases? Check. One-of-a-kind items you won't find anywhere else? Triple check. Open 7 days a week at 4285 South 76th Street and 24 hours a day at BrewtownTrading.com. Make this holiday extra special for the sports fan in your life today at Brewtown Trading Co.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
A father faces homelessness. A mother is hospitalized, and there's no one to watch their children. La Causa Crisis Nursery and Respite Center is the only free 24/7 crisis nursery in Milwaukee. It's a safe and nurturing place for children aged 0 to 12 to stay while their parents work to regain stability and strength. Your generosity keeps La Causa's doors open and provides meals, classroom resources, mental health support, and more. Every child deserves the chance to dream, grow, and thrive. Make a difference by donating today at lacausa.org.
Welcome to Jackpot Land, this fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month. And earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Looking for the early gift for the basketball fan on your list? This holiday season, Fiserv Forum brings the heat with the Milwaukee Hoop Showdown. Friday, December 19th, the Wisconsin Badgers versus Villanova at 7 p.m. But first, UW Milwaukee takes on South Dakota State at 4. 2 big games, one electric night, all under one roof. Check off that holiday list and get your tickets now at FiservForum.com/showdown. The Badgers headline the action on Friday, December 19th, and you don't want to miss it. Visit FiservForum.com/showdown.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Every game tells a story.
Oh, you want the full story?
From big-time players
Jaden Reed, make the man miss.
To clutch drives.
Love going to throw a fade here to the corner. It is caught for the touchdown.
It's time to give you the 3 pillars that built it. Independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities provides top-ranked care and service in a beautiful lake country setting. Visit 3pillars.org today.
Yes, I love 3 Pillars because Bryan Bulaga gets to pick them, and then I know deep down he wants the offensive line to be the first pillar every game, regardless of what happens. But he's such a pro, he'll be fair.
I will be fair, and obviously, number one, it's pretty simple. Jordan Love is the number 1 pillar, right? I mean, fantastic game for Jordan Love. I get he threw the pick early, which we talked about, but the rest of the game, like you said, almost a perfect passer
I think he did get a perfect rating for the rest. It was like 120, which is almost impossible when you throw an interception because that's such a big part of it. But go ahead. Yeah.
So he was absolutely lights out. I mean, the long ball was perfect. He threw the deep ball better than he had all year, right? It was on the money. It was in stride. He was fantastic all game. Didn't make a bad decision. Besides, like we said, the first pick. So for me, he's the first pillar, no doubt. Second pillar, it's like I'm repeating myself from the Detroit game. It's Christian Watson. Again, he from when he came back till now, he just continues to get better and better and better and better. And $14 million next year is looking like a bad deal for him. I mean, honestly, it's looking like a bad deal for him and a great deal for the Packers. If I'm him, I'm going back to the table and be like, you need to add another 14 onto that because he's playing lights out football. The guy's looking like he's impossible to guard right now. He can catch it deep, as we saw, and he's catching it underneath and getting all that yard after the catch and running in for touchdowns, which is just a problem because he's big, strong, and obviously has the wheels to go with it. So he is my number 2 pillar of the game.
And number 3.
Number 3, you're going to be surprised by this.
No, I'm not.
I'm going to go with Enik Barre.
Yeah.
Because I thought he played a very good game.
And he doesn't make that play on second or on third. There is no next play.
Yes, exactly.
For Keyshawn Nixon to make the interception.
Yes, I thought he played a sneaky good game, had a sack, and then that big play on third down. Yep. So, to me, he's the third pillar. And, listen, with Van Ness being out and with, with obviously the rotation at DN with Gary and him, and he's getting a bunch of snaps, he played a very good game. So, to me, he's my third pillar. I mean, he's been stepping up and playing valuable snaps for the Pack. Defensively, and that's what you need defensively when you make these types of runs and these types of pushes. You need these types of guys to step up and make plays. It can't always just be Parsons, right? It just can't always be him. It has to be other guys that step up and contribute and make these big types of plays. And he was a guy that stood out to me. So I'm going to go with Enekbare as my third pillar.
And we have to mention Keyshawn Nixon because, as we're learning, Williams messed up. And the fact that Keyshawn Nixon was even near it speaks to the play that he made. And I don't know how often that occurs where you can tell somebody's messed up and then you cover for defensive backs. Maybe we'll ask Rob.
Yeah, those guys on the back end, how they're able to read that out and do those things. I mean, that's. But I will give this to Nixon, man. He's played well this year, right? Like, I mean, and for some reason, the guy, I think he gets a lot of flack at times, right? Like, I mean, I really do. But I think he's played well, right? And the thing is, like, he proclaimed himself as DB number one, right? And the thing is, he stepped up, and I think he's played really good football this year. And for a guy that was a kick returner to then move his way up the way he has, very impressive. Obviously, like, he makes the interception at the end of the game to end it and all that. Like, and, you know, you could be honorable mention for a pillar. But I do want to say he has been playing good ball all year. And to me, honorable mention for sure. But I still think Enekbare gets my third pillar for me. I just got to say it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a game where, and people say this, and it's true, you win games when you make plays. You never know what the play is going to be. You never know who's going to make it, but it always happens. Yep. And when you don't win, you don't have those plays like this to say, Enekbare, because he came from the side. He shouldn't. I mean, was going to ask you about that play. Did somebody I guess missed him, but he shouldn't have been able to prevent the yard given where he is physically, correct?
No. I mean, he flowed over the top three gaps, essentially. He flowed way over the top and was able to beat, essentially, the tackle across his face. Oh, I mean, he made the tackle, essentially, almost close to the A gap, which is impressive, the way he was able to float on the line, shed, and kind of go over the top and make that play. And the hit he put on the running back was big. It was a big hit. Because that running back, what was he, number 25? I forgot the kid's number. It wasn't Swift. It was the other guy.
Yeah, Manungai.
Yeah.
I kept calling him Manungai, but it's Manungai.
Yeah. That kid runs hard.
Well, even if you thought you hit him, you would think he would still go forward.
Yes, and Enekbare hit him, and he stuck him, and he went backwards. So, like, yes. It was a big hit too. So, like, those are the plays in the game that, like, oh yeah, like, obviously you see it, like, oh, that was a great play, but, like, it's a huge play. It stops the new set of downs. Like, it literally sets up the pick. Like,
well, to that point, there was no reason to believe the Packers could stop him from scoring. I also think he was just weird with the clock, because to me they could have just. I don't know. I would ask you, wouldn't you prefer just to have the general normal flow of the clock in a drive rather than you're down to 40 seconds? And, yeah, you still have the timeouts, but it does create something a little bit different. They had the flow. They were inside the 20 with, I think, about, I don't know, 3 minutes left.
Oh, you had a ton of time, yeah.
And then they just kind of decided that it was 1st and 10 on the 20 there without 2 minutes. And I just think that the biggest key was they had Caleb Williams make the play when it was never necessary. I didn't think the Packers could keep him from scoring on the running the ball, or if they were running the ball and using Williams. Were you thinking the same or not?
Well, the thing that, I mean, I would have handed it off. That's just me. But what they were doing, and it was, and I think Green Bay knew it. And why they knew it is because to kill the game against Philly, they ran the same play. Yes. They booted Caleb Williams out, and he ran for the first down. They killed the game. And Green Bay essentially had it covered. Obviously, you know, DJ Moore was open. He could have dumped it to DJ Moore. But when you have that many guys in your face and you're booting out and you're on your weaker side and you have to kind of open your body up and throw it out.
But they weren't going at him. They were staying away from him to make sure that he didn't run. It wasn't like, I argue this, Gary Elshon, it's not like they were applying pressure. They were just occupying, in my correct, space.
Yes.
To say, okay, you can't. We're not going to go after you and then miss and let you get the first down. So he had time, and there wasn't that much pressure.
No, it wasn't like they were jumping into space, but they were occupying space so that he had to. But he was backing up.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was going away from the line.
But he's looking at the guy in the end zone. He never saw more. He didn't look at the running back was open in the flat. There were a couple guys around him.
No, he wanted the touchdown.
He wanted the touchdown.
He wanted the touchdown.
Right.
There's no doubt about it.
All right. The 3 pillars: independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing and rehab, and 300 acres. 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities provides top-ranked care and service in a beautiful lake country setting. Visit 3pillars.org today. Rob Demovsky coming up with Bryan Bulaga. I do nothing. Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Backing up on 94 westbound from just before 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. You're back on the brakes just west of Highway 100, and that'll take you out past Calhoun. On the eastbound side, you got backups from 92nd Street to about Hawley Road as well, and then coming out of the stadium interchange. We do still have an accident on the ramp from Silver Spring to southbound 41, so heads up with that. It is delayed generally on southbound from just before Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. Northbound from Mayfair Road up to Silver Spring. And then we also have the other accident on southbound 43 just south of Wells on the left shoulder. Backups coming in from Locust all the way down through the Marquette and onto the high-rise bridge. Back on the brakes from about Beecher all the way down past the KK River crossing almost to Howard Avenue. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. They have the perfect gift idea for you, a holiday design gift box filled with all your favorite Kringle flavors. Go to kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH to order. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy, a low of 18. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, snow-rain mix. Later on, a high of 37. Weather's brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Homer here with a message about 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities located on a serene setting along the Bark River on 300 gorgeous acres. 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities is a top-ranked full continuum community. Active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. 3 Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You got to go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on 3 Pillars at 3pillars.org.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the win. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
The president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
As I reflect on the 2025 performance of the James Imaging Systems team, I'm inspired by their power of action, reliable follow-through, and ability to consistently connect with our clients. So thank you for helping our clients grow, profit, and thrive. In addition, I'm humbled by the trust our clients place in the James Imaging Systems expertise to help them succeed, now and in the years to come. As your local business technology partner, I extend my appreciation and gratitude for your ongoing loyalty. Looking forward, I feel that as individuals and as a community, if we display the power of positive action and authentically strive to find common ground, then our local communities will be stronger and our family connections will be secure and enduring. To everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years on windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yes, it is time for the Doctor of Football, Bryan Bulaga, to chat with Rob Demovsky, and he does the intro because he's nice.
Rob, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, Brian. How are you?
I'm great. Thaw out from yesterday?
Oh, I mean, just walking to the parking lot and back was brutal. I can't imagine being outside. We're lucky and spoiled to be in the comforts of the press box.
So, offensively, what was your biggest takeaway from yesterday? Was it Jordan Love and essentially after the pick, how perfect he played? Was it again Christian Watson stepping up and just for how great he played again? What was your biggest takeaway from yesterday offensively?
I think it's a combination of things. First of all, the third down run that Josh Jacobs had, I still don't know how he turned that into a 21-yard gain. I mean, just a fantastic individual effort. And I know Josh Jacobs hasn't had a 100-yard game yet this season, but that guy makes plays when you need to make it. But here's the thing. Christian Watson's return, Brian, has allowed Jordan Love to throw the ball deeper, and that's just a fact. Like, the numbers support it. Love has 4 touchdown passes this year of 20 or more air yards, and Watson has 2 of them. And all 4 of Jordan's touchdowns that have been what you would call downfield shots have been since Watson came back in week 8. Even though they're not all to him, they've all been since he came back. It just doesn't, it opens up so much more for the Packers. And, how many weeks were we talking about why isn't LaFleur letting Jordan Love cut it loose? Well, it seems like he has the last couple of weeks. And, it's just it's a thing that when you add that to the offense and you still do everything else right, it's just going to make you that much tougher to guard.
Do you think with Reed coming back now and with the way Watson's playing, it just makes this offense that much harder now to defend going forward for these defenses with all the options now, right? You got Reed coming back. They made it a point to get him the ball early, it seemed like. That seemed like a point to get him the ball. And now, obviously, with the way Watson's playing, and obviously if Jacobs gets healthier, right, that knee gets better, and they continue. Yeah. I mean, Jacobs averaged, 4 and some change and things like that. Just makes this offense harder to defend.
Yeah, and I'm with you on all that. There's one caveat, and that's the offensive line needs to, stay healthy, and continue to play the way they have. This is the offensive line group that they need to finish the season. Not saying it's the offensive line group of the future, but this is the group that has played well and has now played together for a couple of games and has allowed them to do all the things that you're talking about. So I think it's all part of it. And I think it's on LaFleur to continue to find ways to counter whatever defenses are going to do to him. But at least now he has the options and the versatility within the game plan and within what he can scheme up to do so, which maybe he didn't have before. I still don't think Tucker Kraft's loss was huge, but at least now they're able to, have a few guys that maybe can do things that the other guys couldn't.
Yeah. Now we're going to get to what Homer really wants to talk about. And from first half to the second half, what do you think happened defensively to Green Bay and what Chicago did to them?
I saw Homer's mad about the defense. I saw some clip that they put out there.
No, they were embarrassing in the second half. I'm not mad about it. I don't know. I'm mad that no one else will admit it. And I want to ask you, they're so tired. And then, first of all, they're on the field because they can't stop the damn Bears. And they didn't have any good defense from the time they left at halftime. And I'll check with you. You don't get tired at halftime. But anyway, go ahead.
I'll say this. who plays a perfect game? Like, I mean, it's better to have one good half than zero bad halves or good halves, right? I mean, they still won the game. From a run, what did we talk about all last week was the run game, right? About how those two running backs combined for 255 yards the last week against the Eagles. Well, going into this game, and I looked this up because I knew and I was ready for this, the Bears had 54 explosive runs going into this game. We'll define explosive runs as 10 or more. 54 in 12 games. That's about almost 4.5 a game. They had 6 of those runs last week against Philly. Do you know how many they had yesterday?
They had none.
Both halves combined, 0.
But
Zip,
let me just add to
run,
that.
9 yards.
Yet in the second half, they still had 90 yards on 4.7 average with no big run. You know why that tells you? 7, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 6. So
you know what? And I would take that over just getting torched down the field and having 40-yard runs come out on you. I would take it. It was good enough to win the game. It may not be good enough to win every game, but it was good enough to win this game.
It was good enough to win the game because Caleb Williams made a horrible play or it would have been tied. Now, is that accurate?
Right. That's accurate, but that's the game. That's
sure.
part of the game.
That is.
The thing is, he didn't make the play, so they won the game. I think we're getting a little nitpicky here. You're never going to play a perfect game. I don't think that it's a major cause for concern. They're starting to do things defensively that they didn't do. They're starting to take the ball away. I realized that was, it was a gimme interception, but it was an interception. They made it. The pass rush didn't necessarily record sacks, but this was a guy that's going to be, they had to be careful with. And I still thought Micah Parsons was impactful. Rashawn Gary, it's another story. I'm not sure what's going on there. Kingsley Enagbari had a few nice plays. They seem to be able to offset the loss of Devontae Wyatt at least somewhat. So I think there's enough there defensively to not think that it's going to be a major problem.
Thank you, Brian.
I was going to say, because you look at, the only team that I would say that it could only be a problem with is obviously seeing Chicago again and then seeing Baltimore later in the year would be the only other team that I would say that could be an issue. Seeing Derrick Henry run the ball 20-plus times.
Who knows what Baltimore is going to be playing for in a couple of weeks too? That's a big factor of it too. I mean, that division's so goofy that they might still be in it, but they might not. And it's hard to know. I think this is a playoff team. It's almost time to start looking at who could hurt them and how teams could hurt them in the playoffs. I mean, we're not quite there yet, but we're starting to get to that point.
All right, I want both of you to explain how Micah Parsons doesn't get holding calls because we see him being grabbed. They're grabbing his jersey. Now, Brian, I'm asking you, if you were playing against him watching this, what would you know you could possibly get away with? And, Rob, you've been following football a long time. I don't.
Yeah,
can you think of ever anything like it?
I'll defer to Brian, and then I'll give you my response.
Well, I don't know how many times during the game, I literally was saying, well, there's a hold, that's a hold, that's a hold. And listen, I'm pretty pro offensive line, right? I normally let a lot of things go. I'm pretty lenient on what I call the hold and what I don't call hold, right? I'm very lenient. But
because this is going to be huge the rest of the season.
Yes, there are a lot of blatant holds.
Let me ask you this, Brian. And I'll explain why I ask you this after I hear your answer. Obviously, we know you can't, the hands to the face it's not holding, but it's a penalty. We know, what's a penalty when it's, around the shoulders or the jersey, or if you're, reaching outside the shoulders or that. But is it a hold if you kind of get a guy sort of more around the neck, but don't actually hold him physically with your hands? Is that a hold, but based on the rule, which is what we saw a couple times?
Yes, if he is outside of your body frame, right? So say Micah is doing his rip move, and he's outside of the tackle's body frame, and he has him around the neck like that, like we saw, and the tackle's feet are essentially stopped like they were. That's a hold. That's a hold all day. That should be called. That's the easiest one.
And that's what I thought too. But here's what Micah said after the game. And now keep in mind, Micah isn't Julius Peppers. He's not 6'7", 280 pounds. He's 6'3", 245. And this is what he said. He said, I'm a smaller guy, and I think they realize that I have an advantage, that I play with great leverage and I'm able to get under people's arms. But at no point, I think the rule book says that you have to be in the chest area, and I'm not getting grabbed in the chest. Like I said, there's nothing I can do about it. And I followed him up. I said, so getting grabbed around the neck isn't a hold? And he said, that's not in the rule book. So I don't know if he's right or wrong about that. But he's frustrated by it, but I think he almost is resigned to it and understands why they don't call it. So especially the one that we're talking about that was replayed on the video board. I think that was that at the 2-minute warning or in a late TV timeout. The one that I think we're all aghast by. I don't know if Parsons is I don't know if he's just making stuff up there, but he basically says he knows they're not going to call it because he doesn't even know if that's holding.
I think he needs to fall down. I think he needs to go to the ground.
And you might be right. You might be right, Homer. And that's it's almost like the point guard in basketball who at a little bit of contact when he's facing full court pressure throws his head back like he's bumped off off the spot and gets a foul. I mean, it's almost like because Parsons doesn't quit and is so relentless that the refs just he's going to play through it, so I'm not going to flag it. You know what I mean?
It's almost like because it's almost like they look at him as he's playing through, like he's ripping through that motion. So the tackle's arm is just getting to that point, and the tackle's not actually wrapping his arm around his neck. Like that's what the ref may be thinking is happening.
Maybe there should be I keep going back to basketball because it's like the continuation. Like you're waiting to see if he gets free before you call the hold. Well, if Parsons doesn't break free from it, then throw the flag, right? If that's what they're waiting for, it's like you're waiting to see if the ball goes in the basket before you call a foul.
Yes, and there were so many times where I would holds. They're just holds, and I understand that he's getting frustrated because these tackles. I mean, there's some bear hugs. There's those ones around the neck, and it is. Listen, you're not going to be able to block him perfectly every time and get your hands on him. It's just not possible. And there's going to be times where your hands get a little bit sloppy.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
And I would say this too. I would say this, I thought his response yesterday after the game was good because he wasn't whining about it. He was saying, I'm not going to get the call. I've never gotten the call, so I got to figure it out. And I give him a lot of credit for that. I really do.
Yeah. Cause the only thing I would, kind of what Homer says is he may have to start taking a dive like a soccer player.
No doubt.
Somebody needs to start talking about how bad this is. LaFleur has a little bit, and granted, Parsons not doing it is fine, but somebody's got to pull a Phil Jackson, if that's the phrase.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, Homer, and I think if I remember right, when this first came up a month or 5 weeks ago or whatever, and LaFleur did make the statement, then the very next game there was a holding call, but then I don't think he's gotten one since.
Yeah, it's just the thing is, it's going to happen in these bigger moments where it's obvious, and a big play is going to happen, and it's going to be very detrimental, and that's the problem. That's disheartening, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, you're right. I totally agree.
All right, we're late because I interrupted. I apologize.
That's all right.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, see ya.
Rob Demovsky. We'll do it every Monday. It's spectacular. And, the issue of the penalties and what percentage and that whole thing for Micah Parsons, I think, is going to be a topic the entire rest of the season as to is it fair? Nobody's asking for anything, but no one knows actually what fair is because it seems you have to hold him every play to prevent him from just being all over the place. Window Nation, end of the year sale. They have a 90% customer satisfaction, 90%. Important that I like them, but more important, the customers. Cold here in Milwaukee, but that doesn't mean it can't get done because Window Nation can get it done right now. And Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. They're installed maybe in 1 day. That's why they're right now backed with a lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon, so don't miss out on the big savings. Visit windownation.com, windownation.com to get started. And Fisco Auto Body, you'll like me. Here's how it works. You listen to me, you go to Fisco Auto Body in Forest Home in Franklin. It's a family business owned since 1931. It's not what they do, it's who they are. And they still run the business. So when you get your car fixed, it's a Fisco who's fixing it. Imagine the age at which they started doing that and how many years they've been doing it. That's why they're that good. So you go to Fisco Body on Forest Home in Franklin, expert workmanship, guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. You're happy, and you say, thanks, Fisco. And then at some point you go, Homer, thank you. I like that part too. Fisco, to remember the name. More from Bryan Bulaga. And he didn't really tell us. What would he do differently knowing they're not going to call holding on him if he's trying to stop Micah Parsons? Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
This team has that factor to close out games. This defense can close up shop, and we haven't had that in a while.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And we've seen it on display numerous times this season, and we saw it again today.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Discount Liquor. Did you know that George Washington served his own homemade version of eggnog made with rum, rye whiskey, and sherry? Well, a lot's changed since the days of our first president, but one constant has been celebrating the holiday season and upcoming new year with family, friends, and loved ones. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. 'Tis the season to check out Discount Liquor's tremendous selection of over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines from around the world. And yes, we do carry 8 varieties of ready-to-drink eggnog. Celebrate this most festive time with a great selection of beautifully packaged liquor gift sets, sure to make you the hit of the party or as a perfect gift for the liquor connoisseur on your shopping list. Discount Liquor, 2 locations in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow. The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor. See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Strong mind, strong body, and strong communities. That is what you need to know about the Princeton Club, and that is what you can achieve at the Princeton Club of New Berlin. When you walk in there, you will feel completely motivated to better yourself just like everyone else is doing. I've done personal training. They have saunas. They have workout classes. They have basketball courts. They have indoor-outdoor swimming pools. It all starts with a tour. Check it out. You're going to fall in love. Free childcare with the membership, open 24/7. Check out the Princeton Club of New Berlin. Get your tour and take that small step to a bigger journey for a better tomorrow. That's at theprincetonclub.net.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. By choosing them, you're choosing a center focused on providing specialized care tailored to your needs. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free.
And their prices are more affordable than urgent care or the ER. And they'll send a full report to your primary care doctor. Why wait at the ER? Walk in to Ortho ASAP for faster, more affordable care.
Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com.
Christmas is a time of generosity.
Kessler's wants to be generous, and we suspect that you want to be generous too. Let's team up.
This year, we're going to make it possible for you to be more generous than ever.
Number 1, Kessler's has a big selection of delightful diamond jewelry priced at $150 on up.
Number 2, great gifts at affordable prices such as sterling silver earrings, pendants, and bracelets to fit every look and every personality.
Number 3, with your purchase of more than $299, you'll get a bonus gift worth at least $90.
You can choose from a lucky 4-leaf clover pendant
or a 22-inch stainless steel curb chain, ion plated in yellow gold.
And please, please don't get all cleaned up and dressed up. This is Kessler's, your home away from home.
If you're wearing muddy boots and your pajama bottoms, that's totally fine.
We've all done it.
Come to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you and our holiday hours, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Victory Monday is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 to 9, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. Victory Monday, brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza, with delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's, Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer. And Victory Monday brought to you by Callan. From kitchen and bathroom remodels to Infinity by Marvin fiberglass replacement windows, Callan makes your home feel like a win. Request your consultation today at callcallan.com. With the Doctor of Football, Bryan Bulaga. All right. Grade the offensive line. Doesn't seem we're talking about them much. We don't have those plays where what the hell happened. So I'm just giving them a B, but I have no credit whatsoever. I just made that up. Whenever you don't talk about the offensive line, they automatically get a B. Well,
automatically get a B if you don't talk about them?
Yeah. Maybe they deserve better, but you get at least a B.
Yeah, no, I think that they're performing better, right? Like, I think they're doing a good job. Like, and to me, like it's on that pace of just getting better and better, quietly getting better and better with this group that they've now put out there with Belton in the addition and Sean Ryan at center, and keeping this continuity group, putting a grade on them. You know, B, sure. Like,
my grade means nothing. Your grade might mean something.
I mean, I haven't looked over it enough to give them a group grade.
All right. Yeah, that's right. Your standard is so incredible. All right. The best thing that happened to the offensive line, and I wouldn't say it to him personally, was Jenkins getting hurt.
I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not saying that. Like, just, you're not gonna get me to say that.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Nope, you're not gonna get me to go there. Like, no, sorry.
He's too good for you to say that.
Yeah, you're not going to get me to say something.
It's a weird thing. You wouldn't think it happened, but you're going to read it and you're going to have and hear it. You're going to have to respond to it at some point, because I would say an independent person would say the line as a group has played better.
They've played better, but I think potentially the center switch might have been could have been a better option.
So they might be even better than they are now if Jenkins was back playing guard.
Yeah, imagine if he was.
All right. What was our Discount Liquor Twitter poll question? Will is filling in. Were the Packers lucky on the final play of the game because of Caleb Williams in the pass?
That's such a Bears fan question. And that's Will.
Play. You know the range of a normal play by a quarterback.
I know.
You would say no. You would say they made Nixon made a great play. And that's a great play. But that's Will. That's Will writing that question.
Homer made the question.
I wrote the question.
Oh, I thought it was Will.
No,
I think it was a great play by Keyshawn Nixon.
What? All right.
Fantastic play.
I mean, I watched the play, and I want you to watch it. It seems to me everybody was open. The running back was open in the flat. He didn't throw it there. He maybe could have run. And then Moore was so wide open, I could have made that pass. And he wasn't being pressured, so he had more time. Just appeared that he liked the guy in the end zone and didn't see everything else, which I'm sure happens. Is anything I say close to the fact?
Yeah, I mean, there were guys open, but the play was made that was made, right? Like, he threw the ball in the end zone and a play was made on the ball.
And he thought it was going to be a touchdown because he didn't anticipate Nixon doing what he did.
And he underthrew it tremendously.
All right. To Potawatomi, Gary Ellerson and Greg Maxick. Next.
Backing up on 94 westbound from just before 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. You're back on the brakes just west of Highway 100.